welcome back. And today is the start of rebuilding an RG. I've pulled it out of the storage, and it's an RG 125 Wolf. Now these are quite rare, probably not particularly sought after. Actually, this sort of is a bit like Simon's video. I don't know if you follow Re Motorcycle, he was talking about rare bikes and how a rare bike could be because there's just not many left, or they were really expensive to begin with and they were sort of like in a part of an elite club, or they just didn't sell well. Well, this is the falls into that category, didn't sell well. So let's have a closer look at it. So this is my 95 RG Wolf. Now, before I started this channel, I did build it up. I've probably only done 150 miles on it, something like that. And I've taken it for a couple of MOTs, and it's just sort of sat around really, not really been used. The bottom end was a little bit noisy, or noisier than I would have liked. So now is the time to pull the engine out, replace the crank bearings, give everything a little inspection, put it back together. The bodywork, I did all the bodywork ages ago, but then it cracked and it broke, and I couldn't be bothered with that. So I'm gonna try and redo that. Thankfully the forks shouldn't need doing, the brakes shouldn't need doing because they've all been done. It's mostly going to be focusing on engine and bodywork. It's got an RGV 250 rear shock with the adjustable canister on it. What's happened to this bike is, if you saw the video or the series of me doing the yellow RG 125 Fun, I was borrowing parts off of this bike to work on that one. So the power valve actuator is missing. The rest of the power valve system is off. I'd taken bits out of the carb, but as you can see, I painted the wheels, but they could probably do a freshen up. It's got a new chain again. It's like a couple of years old, but it's not gone nowhere. 33,000 miles on the clock. Oh, there you go. I've probably done 86 miles on it since I've put it on the road. Yeah, so there's bolts missing and stuff like that. So it should be a relatively straightforward one. Get that exhaust off. I won't lie, I'm tempted to get a Jolly Moto for it. I had a Jolly Moto on an RG F125. Best exhaust you could possibly have on one of these. They're not cheap. They're about 550 quid plus taxes once it arrives in from the Czech Republic. So that might be a thing one day. But yeah, it doesn't have the original headlight. I'd like to get an original headlight for it, but I don't think that's going to happen. They're just too hard to come by. These are the same as an RG VJ21, which is nice. The throttle body, this has got a throttle, just the throttle. The actual plastic underneath, it's got a crack, so when you turn it, you can, yeah, it's not, I don't like it. I'd like to replace that with a new one. I think you can still get them. I may go down that route. The exhaust needs a bit of attention just because it's getting rusty if I don't go down the Jolly Moto route. I can't start it up, but I should have a link or I might have a video from previous where I can link it, you know, so you can hear it running. But yeah, she's no minter, and I don't want her to be a minter because I want her to actually get used. That's actually quite bad. That powder, it's coming through that powder coating. This was another one that was powder coated via 1066, and a bit like my TZR, it's poor. So I am never going to use 1066 powder coating again. Just poor, customer service is poor, finish is poor. Yeah, I'm not going to be using them anymore. So hopefully I can clean that up. Get some stainless bolts in here, because this is all on display. This wants to be pretty, really. But yeah, let's get this engine out, which shouldn't be too difficult because it's, this cradle comes off, engine mount, engine mount, engine mount, which goes through the swing arm, and then it should drop out. So let's get to it. And it had all new nuts and bolts, etc. It should all come apart relatively trouble-free. Oh, it looks pretty grim. There we go. Right, choke, and the oil pump. Breather can stay on. Let's get this sprocket cover off. Oh, I need to undo this. This gear linkage. All right. Right, here's where it gets interesting. Right, that should be engine out. Oh, still got wire plugged in. Of course I have. Neutral. Let's get that unscrewed. I'll clip it from there. I've made a start on the bodywork. I can't remember if I've recorded any of it or not. If I have, I'll put a little clip. But it's just sitting in primer at the minute, but it still needs some fine tuning with the sanding and some filling, because it's got little dents in it. So yeah. But yeah, on the next part, we'll get the engine split down, replace the bearings on the crank, new gaskets, see if there's anything else that needs doing. I might look at getting things like this blasted and zinc plated, maybe. Might even give it a go myself, because because it's all on show, it would look a lot nicer. Now I can do things like the adjusters for the spring arm and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know if you think there's anything I should be doing specifically to this bike, or if there's anything you want to see or go through, and I'll try and take that into consideration when I'm doing my next lot of recording. But for now, I'll see you on the next one.